2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 8. And God is able to make all grace abound to you, so that having all sufficiency in all things at all times, you may abound in every good work. I remember when I was still in law school, we had a brilliant professor who we considered a terror. Not that he was threatening in manner or verbally abusive, but when he called a student to recite, he would ask the most difficult questions and expect us to answer correctly, as expected from someone studying law. I remember one time when he asked a very difficult question that no one answered correctly. He exclaimed in exasperation, "This is like squeezing blood out of stone." It meant that no matter how hard he would try to extract a correct answer from us, it seemed impossible, hopeless, as if we could not give what we obviously did not know. Sometimes we look at ourselves the same way. When Jesus wants us to do something, we say, "I cannot share the gospel to my friends because I am not good in speaking." Or I cannot lead a discipleship group because I have not studied the Bible enough. I am not ready. I am not qualified. You feel like Jesus is squeezing blood out of stone from you because you believe that you just don't have what it takes to do something for Jesus. But this is doubting God's ability to create something even from nothing. Genesis 1 tells us that in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. There was nothing pre-existing, and by His spoken word alone, the universe came into existence. In John 11, Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. This is the nature and the power of God demonstrated to us. God is not looking for exceptional people to share in His work. He does not require a resume highlighting your higher education, extensive training, long experience, and impressive references to qualify you for a task that He has prepared for you to do. The Bible is full of imperfect people, unlikely people who can be used by God. God chose people like Peter, a fisherman, Abraham, who was very old when he became a father, David, a lowly shepherd who defeated Goliath, Rahab, a prostitute, disciples who fell asleep instead of praying in the garden. God is not looking for people already equipped, but He is looking for people who are willing to be equipped as Jesus equips people who He chooses. Whatever you have, God can use for His glory. What is God calling you to do? If you believe that God is a particular task for you, do not hesitate just because you believe that you will not be able to do the job perfectly. In fact, it is expected that you and I will not be able to do the task perfectly. You may struggle, you may even fail, but consider failure as part of God's learning process for you. All that God asks is our obedience, a heart that is willing to serve Him, and God will be responsible for the outcome. If God has clearly called you to a task, God knows exactly what He is doing, and He knows exactly who He is calling. He is calling you, and He takes you as you are, your weaknesses, your strengths, failures, with the talents given you, your circumstances, and He will see to it that you can carry the task through. God knows that He is not squeezing blood out of stone from you, but He is looking at His abounding grace and power that is working in you. If you feel that you have very little to give, offer to God whatever you have, and God will multiply it for His glory. Good night, and God bless us all.